vă invită la prima oră de al acestui joc numit Biomutant. O lume interesantă cu animăluțe care au suferit diverse mutații pentru că lumea respectivă este infiltrată, să zicem așa, de chestiuțe interesante. Apropo, persoanele care au probleme au epilepsie bazate pe de-astea, cum se zice, fotosensitiv, bazat pe flash-uri de-astea de lumini și alte chestiuțe și e posibil să ai o criză din cauza asta, n-ar trebui să te uiți la video. La începutul jocului te anunță de chestiuțe de genul, așa că am vrut să pun și asta așa, să nu cumva se întâmple ceva cuiva. Așa, hai să-i dăm drumul. Dăm pe easy că nu știm ce o să fie. Oh.
Encode your DNA.
Prima. Alo, nu, bă.
Define your genetic encode your DNA.
Nu, pe prima dată cel mai bine. Asta liliac. Nu mă merge asta.
Define your genetic structure.
Nu.
Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure.
Dar dacă nu se face genetic code. Ok, bun, merge.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Mai bine la toate să fie. What? Fur. Merge.
Choose your bigger dead-eye chosen.
Da, lasă merge așa.
Sounds good. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun.
Okay.
We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path
nice.
is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living.
Okay.
But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice.
Life for freedom and loyalty. Setting about, let him to dark.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
That thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same. With the difference being I'm the better half.
Better half. My way is both better and brighter. Light makes it easier to see the best end.
The best end is the one you decide yourself. And it seems we're headed in the right direction.
I chose the dark.
Guess left can be right sometimes.
Așa.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
Yes.
Do you remember the
Nice.
beast that
Dai pe shift și mergem 4 labe și
or
fuge.
did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Oho. Ok. Alt. Ok. Nice. Care și în trailer animația. Așa cum se bate cu rahatul ăla.
Better run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Okay. Ok. Și face boom. Sau? Nu mai face boom? Am ales partea întunecată. Pe la urmă, avem două părți în noi trebuie să găsim un echilibru. Nu? Nu, draga mea? Un echilibru între bine și rău. Mă rog, un echilibru între alegerile noastre, de
to
fapt.
run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
Bun, nu?
The predator isn't the only threat. The
Okay.
wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die.
Move toward an enemy to target them with melee attack. Ok, așa. Aim the camera towards an enemy to target them with ranged attacks. Reload weapon presser. Așa. Așa. Quick reload by pressing așa. Kinect. Ok, mamă, ce de opțiuni are. Nu, doarme? Hmm. Oh, ok. Equip. Bun. Ok, pus armă. Un upgrade. You found the medic supply bags like this contain items that can help heal you. Your health doesn't automatically regenerate in combat. You have to use consumables or find other ways to heal. Okay. Ok. Este pereche de pantaloni în toaletă. Ok. E cam interesante controlele. Ce mă spune?
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Very attacks when... Ah, ok. Holy shit.
Put that to good use.
Oh, ce Ok. Alta. Uou, Nu e nimic aici, nu te cosui? Ok. boss shielder. Carry large shields. You need to break the shield while melee attack before you can deal damage to the enemy. Ok, deci trebuie să are un shield. Trebuie să dăm damage la shield. Aha. Ouch. No. Three points. Completing XP. Level up. Leveling up allows you to raise one of your by 10. Ooh, Kung Fu. Tab. Aura character. Here. Character. Movement speed, okay. Intellect, power, energy regeneration, strength melee damage.
All that exercise helps.
Let's combat. Okay. Close combat or range combat. Unlock your first. Oh, mamă, asta. Hai cu două. Deci dacă las așa. Bine. Ai, serios. Trebuie neapărat să iau asta, dar nu vreau. Timpul mea e alt. Click dreapta. Deci. Deci, alt. Oh, nice. Așa de n-aș pas controle.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Okay. Boom.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Alright.
Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Double jump.
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Hold on to that.
Bioblob. These are points used to unlock mutations. Ooh, eu play așa by defeating Morks and finding there is. Nu, asta n-are nic, nu pot să mai nic. Alright, presupun că mai a fost cu aia.
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
From the puzzle, let's get around the world. Some open new paths, while others feature different goals. So it's not in the wishes here. Ah, huge. Okay. Oh, mama.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Okay. Okay.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
There you go.
Interessant puzzle.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Che cura gente qui già. Prima data.
Handy. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, But the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
Muk Bebuk.
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end.
Momombusu?
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have.
Bebuk Kontabe.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
Yuba Dulluwawa.
Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Aha, asta este noi dintre amic.
Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be... The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived.
Yo.
Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. The apocalypse sparked a re-evolution, the second coming, and our lineage. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Majut and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf
Asta
all
e
the way
fiecare
up to the
reprezintă
Porky
o
Puff
ra,
at
o
the end
de-asta,
of the route to the southeast.
rădăcină a copacului
Out of date says his
vieții.
friends are gearing up to
life.
stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route.
Loma utolo. Ba. Yo.
The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own.
Faobe. Mok kofar.
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
Bobogovon. Yunyu.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
To wo.
Ai, și oni vede? E dat tot mâncare.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that
Nice.
the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Ah, nice. O, fast travel, poți să dai fiecare de astea și să ajungi acolo rapid. Nice. Ok, și cum deschis alta. Ok. Oh, mom.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your... He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about
Not as much as it...
always making this personal?
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
Rotations menu.
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important.
Iboda kelmo.
Out of date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are 2 nearby.
Toledrea ia maoloa.
The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor.
E baso do bubu ukoye.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. Out of date says the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a... One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same.
Okay.
The Jackney tribe only ever had one conviction, to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jackney isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Tunnel. Epic. Mutation. Okay. Blaze, mă. Alt E. Click dreapta spațiu. Pula mea. Merge pe aici.
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. Blasting everything to bits. Wonder what you could make with that.
Oh, ăștia-s diverse, nice.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
Avem șepcuți acolo.
That's the Myriad tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know.
Așa, cum ne putem teleporta aici?
Let's see.
Ah, ok. S-a picurat acolo. Eu și-am făcut treburile acolo. Aoleu. Nesimțit.
It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says just because you've made time to meet the Sifu doesn't mean he has time for you. But you're welcome to give it a try.
Ok. Adică.
Sibi? La panen a ginkaman. Karat na faro kutut mustugai la bude.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace.
Ok.
The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place.
All the goose gonna hide.
He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu.
What?
But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you.
Get out for the bus in a habile.
He heard you took out of date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. There's some... The Sifu says sometimes one guy can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life.
Yes.
He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe.
Ok, cu aia cred că trebuie să mă bag. Allied with the Myriad.
Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of.
3? Asta prima dată trebuie să o scurt. Trebuie să începem.
He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon.
Okay.
Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help.
Ok. Deci, ca să poți să-i iei pe ăia... Pick up.
The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort. Says you should take it easy.
Oh, shit. Ok. Să vedem. Pastul ok. Ok, da. Eu am înțeles că trebuie să iau celelalte triburi după ce să mă lasă. Ok, aparent no. Am dat de înțeles că trebuie să mă bat să iau teritoriile celelalte după ce să mă duc să vorbesc cu să mă bat cu Jinxie ăla. Aparent. Ok, bătaie. What?
Chop chop.
Lasă de jos. Childhood village. Merem unde ne-am... Oh, mamă. Născut.
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Itchy trigger finger.
Ok. Nu fără mine. Totuși trebuie să aibă buzunare mari. N-are. Altceva pe ce nimic.
Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. Now wait a minute. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wang Fu is hard. That's why your Muma only has 6 disciples. Doing just one thing helps you get more done in less time. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than right now. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? He says a feeling that you're going to drown is a great reminder of the need to learn how to swim. But you need practice, lots of practice. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood. You should know, practice makes perfect. She'll see you at the village square.
Sanna jote.
She'll be waiting for you. There will be a surprise for you at the end, too. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He's happy to hear that from someone that's a part of the coming generation. You owe it to yourself to protect the environment. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. Sometimes he's an expert, but sometimes he just does what's right. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. That's the spirit. You can't make a difference unless you get your hands dirty. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start.
Nice. Mamă, dar ce de damage. Mamă, 401. 500. Ok, dai. Ok. Oh, mamă, ăsta mi-a dat extra damage, nice. Ok. Press F. Okay.
You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He says you don't really need a weapon when you're born one. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. She won't live forever, you know that. But she intends to make the most of every day she gets, especially the ones you share together. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He says that it's not too late for you to turn back, though. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. You'll have to face pain at some point. He offers to help you get it over with. She asks if you're hurt. What happened? If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, she thinks you're absolutely right. The most important thing is that you're okay.
Andro?
It's time to focus on your training now.
Please, partea cealaltă. Cred că era partea cealaltă.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He'll leave the quick part to you. You're the martial artist, after all. He's curious to see what you've found. He's all for renewal and has even considered making a trip out into the wilds to look for a bionuclear spool and refresh his DNA. He says it's about time you learned how and offers to teach you, starting with the scrap you found.
Ai vist? Am cam înghețat, zic. Cred că se apropie.
Asta? Vedem toate unghiurile posibile. 29. Acolo deci un critical. 27 critical. Yes, craft.
The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you. You should take it with you, wear it to practice.
Okay. Let's go to MoMA. Practice. Wung Fu.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Andro?
Says being on time would be better yet.
Tukonda.
She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down. Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. Thanks you for being such a good student. Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz. You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it.
Face ce poate.
Catchy. Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful. A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device. It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see. Says it's not a record keeper, more like a companion. Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder, it's been a long day. Says a good rest makes you ready for tomorrow. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Nothing could stop Luke from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail.
Uh,
A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire.
oh.
Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming. Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow.
Oh shit, moet dat op dat? Maar... Nee. Oké, neem nog bij. Oké, nou we zijn uit.
Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on.
Eens even denken, welke zijn even gear. Așa, weapons. Weapon. Gear. Nu am inventory. Oh. Nice. No items.
You move well.
Biomutant. Trebuie 2 puncte. Bună. Range combat. Trebuie dual. Ok. Perks. Nu avem așa ceva. Două. Ce-o fi astea? Între astea, ok. Anti-hit. Anti-radiation, anti-hazard. Cold. Ce multe la anti-radiation. Mamă. Ok. La gear, craft. Nu puteți face nimic.
Now you're covered.
Let's modify
build something.
Oh. Aici nu pot să ne pe mic.
You need more scrap to make that work.
Ok. Deci nu putem să-i facem nimic. Ne aici. Modify. Trebuie lemn. Am înțeles. Deci trebuie lemn, am înțeles. N-am așa ceva.
The tribe's caught a fluffy hog. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. Right between the eyes. They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there. You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. You complete them. From this point on, the myriad is unbroken.
Ok, atunci. Am deci trebuie să dau pe ăsta. Alt E. Special attacks. Oh, el chiar a mers.
Look, an emergency box from the... Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist.
Oh, nice. Equip. And clonk fist. Used to punch through walls. Oh, ok. Așa. Equip. Oh. Deci merg prin dreapta. Nice. Just master the wall. Okay. Another world. Which weapon use the quick select the heads, lots.
Tunnels like
Very
this still
sad.
carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it?
Das nehme ich mal immer. Nu får han väl gå. Kan picka upp ett slag. Puzzle?
That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean it up. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried.
Objectives again, okay.
You can't really understand your story till it's done. That's too bad.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Pick up. Okay. Picorem și aici.
Let's see.
Ne los. Stai un pic. Nu stau unde. Oh, stai tu. Ok, undeva sus. Aha, ok. Mergem sus.
You found the whereabouts, the deepest, darkest forest in the land, sometimes hard to see for all the trees. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. They can carry you anywhere you like, well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open.
Ok. Show me următoarele astea. Oh.
If you're tired, maybe find a place to rest.
Ah, vale. Salut. Ok. Nice. Mica. Crezi că crapă.
That there's Subnautica
înseamnă că-
Station. Goop flounders around in there.
Open world. Ce e? Chestie navă. Monsterlică, cred. Și dacă ating apa, vine pe mine? Ok.
Lots of notices on the board for things that made sense in the days when the surf was a lot cleaner. Interesting to see what they cared about here. Wonder if any of it matters now. In the old days, this was a port for boats that went under the surf. They helped clog the surf into goo. Toxanol didn't do it on purpose, I don't think. Their machines made a mess, though, and they never cleaned up after themselves. You should be able to find a track here. Just need to keep your eyes open. Such a pretty surf.
Ok. Oh, mamă. Unde e aia nebun? Ok. Mai bine aici. Asta e puțin, nu putem. Hai. Nu putem să creăm ceva. Asta. Vreau să fac upgrade-ul meu. Nice. Hai, te la mă întrebă. Extra. Ne urinăm și aici. Ba da.
Let's see.
Nu o să mă duc mai aproape de ea. Oh, hello. Ah, ce?
Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were
Acum
always
încerca să mai
as
nece,
a
ce?
child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was. He knows he's easy to remember. There's no one out there as cuckoo as him. He's one of a kind. He understands. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it.
Want revenge.
He understands why you seek revenge, but he doesn't think you realize how that'll make you feel once you claimed it.
Yes, that's the way. No arguing with that.
Sometimes your gut is flat out wrong.
Don't ever doubt yourself. You are number one.
Even the dark knows you're better than this.
Stick with me. We'll rule the world.
Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what that's going to do to the goo. Wishes you hadn't done so much to make the goo even gooier. Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica station as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit, so you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the porky puff. It's not that it won't keep your head above the surface, but it needs improving to carry you across the thick goo out by the porky puff.
Aura somewhat dark, ok. Alea acolo. Ceva acolo sus. Da, cred că am văzut suficient, așa că salvăm fain frumos. Ah, nice. Interesant joculețul. Joculețul acesta. Noi ne vedem pe următorul video sau live. O să vedem. Sper că v-a plăcut. Aruncați și voi acolo un like acolo să fie. Poate și o mică subscripțiune. O mică abonare dacă doriți. Și ne vedem în următorul video. Pa, pa!